101 Media. This is Najieb. I'm here with Blue Sky and Drisana in our Communication is Not a Game series. Hello there. We are in chapter 3.
Hi, Naeem.
Hi, Blue. Welcome. So, we're in chapter 3, The Power of Decision. You choose. And I will begin the reading with 2 pages. So it says, now we're going to talk about the power of decision. What is the purpose of this chapter? The purpose of this chapter is to discuss your absolute greatest power and how to use it. What is your absolute greatest power? It is your power of decision. Why is it the power of decision? Power of decision, or what is it rather? Reading stuff is not there. What is the power of decision? The power of decision is your ability to decide how you will see things. And what does that mean? The true principle is that thinking is seeing. Thinking means seeing. So seeing is not with your physical eye. Seeing is with your perception, how you perceive things. When we say how you see things, we mean how you will think about things. There are only 2 ways to think about anything. In other words, there are only 2 thought systems you have to see things with. Love's thought system or the program F.A.C.T.S thought system. It is in your power to decide to listen to either of these thought systems at any time. How would the program use your power of decision? Well, the program wants you to use your power of decision to decide to be afraid, to decide to believe you are weak, and to decide to see yourself as a victim of everything and everyone around you. The program focuses, again, only on the level of form. It will tell you to decide that form is most important, that you need to have a certain form before you can be happy. So here's the program's principle. Focus on form. Do not focus on content. Why? Because the right form will bring you happiness. And this is madness. In other words, the program would say something like, before I can be happy, I have to graduate. Even though they kicked everybody out of school. If I don't graduate, I won't be happy. So I guess nobody's going to be happy in school now. In school. When I find the right job, I'll be happy. If I don't find the right job, I won't be happy. Plus, I just got laid off, so there's no jobs available, so I guess I won't be happy. You joined. CalySol, welcome.
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
Hi,
there.
Callie.
Turn up.
I was waiting for the radio.
Myself.
You what?
I said, I'm talking to myself. I just woke up from a nap and realized I was tardy for the party.
Tardy for the party. Well, you're here, and that's all that matters. We just began. We're on the 2nd page of the reading, so we just. So we're talking about the power of decision, and we're talking about what the program. What the truth is that we have the power to decide how we will see things, meaning how we will think about things. There's only 2 ways to think about something, with Love's thought system or F.A.C.T.S thought system. And now we're saying that the program wants you to focus on the form. It does not want you to focus on content. It believes that the right form will bring you happiness. So now you're all caught up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so the program would say things like, if I find the right job, I'll be happy. And if I don't find the right job, I won't be happy. As soon as I find the right partner, I'll be happy. Yeah. And if I don't find the right partner, I will not be happy. So I just go look in the dumpster, or maybe.
Oh.
Don't be messy, program.
Well, that's where all the leftovers are. So at least I have something. Something's better than nothing. You know what they say?
I quit that narcotic.
So you saying that sometimes something's not better than nothing?
Not saying that.
Well, yeah. Program saying, anything's better than nothing. I don't want to be alone, So program says, when I receive this call or text, I'll be happy. If I don't receive the call or text, I won't be happy. Because you didn't text me back in 5 seconds, so come on. These are all lies. When you listen to the program's thought system, you're using the power of decision to abuse yourself. Abuse myself, you ask? Yes, abuse yourself. Please continue, Drisana.
Okay. I'm going to make this bigger. So I'm kind of small right now. Okay. You are abusing yourself whenever you are not happy. Love is happiness. And your happiness is not offset by time. Believing that your happiness must be delayed for any reason is an an abusive way of thinking. Because love operates. Love operates right now. When is happiness available to you? Happiness is available to you right now. It's only a matter of deciding for happiness. Going up? Okay. How would you love your, wait, how would love use your power of decision? Let's go back to your purpose in life. What is your purpose in life? Your purpose in life is to be happy and totally fulfilled. Love would use your power of decision only to serve your purpose. Love would ask, is the way I'm seeing this serving my happiness and peace of mind? If the answer is no, the way I'm seeing this is not serving my peace of mind, what do? You stop. You just stop. Stop what? Next page. Okay. Stop listening to the program. Stop seeing with the program. The only reason why you are not feeling happy and at peace is because you are listening to the program. Fear. Ask yourself, is the way I'm seeing this serving my happiness and peace of mind? If the answer is yes, the way I'm seeing this is serving my happiness and peace of mind, then continue seeing it that way. Or see it another way. That also serves your happiness and peace of mind. It is always okay either way. Now we're going to talk about form and content again. Form and content, power of decision review. You already learned that form cannot possibly bring you peace, because what do all forms mean? Absolutely nothing. Let's look at some of the common ways the program tries to teach. Wait. You got to stop moving the page like that. Okay. Let's look at some of the common ways the program tries to get you to throw away your peace of mind using forms. In the next section, we're going to expose one of the biggest lies the program teaches you in order to throw away your peace. Obligations. You have to. Obligation is a central idea in the program's thought system. The program believes you are obligated. Let's define obligation.
Thank you, Drisana. CalySol, are you prepared to read?
Yes.
Okay.
Definition time. Obligation. Obligate, oblige, obligated. That is fear content.
All right.
Does the word obligation refer to form or content? The word obligation refers to content, the content of fear or guilt. What does obligation mean? Obligation means, whoa, where'd you go? What does obligation mean? Thank you. Obligation means sacrifice. To sacrifice is to do what you don't want to do. Don't they be telling us that love is sacrifice though? And without sacrifice, there's no love.
Yeah, yo, they say that all the time, so it must be true.
What is an obligation? An obligation is a debt or duty imposed on yourself. An obligation is the idea that you owe something in exchange for love. In reality, you don't owe anyone anything. Love does not owe anyone anything. And no one owes love anything. Why? Because love is everything. Love is freedom. And what is the principle of freedom? Here's your freedom principle. Always do what you want to do and never do what you don't want to do. Obligations are born of guilt, which is the program. If you do anything out of a sense of obligation, you are sacrificing. To sacrifice is to do what you don't want to do. The program tells you that you have to do what you don't want to do. Why? Because of the following principle in the program's thought system. No pain, no gain.
We heard that. Heard that one.
We've heard that one as well. This is a game. The program believes there's only a reward for you if you are suffering pain. when doing something or thinking about something. In other words, love is doing what you do not want to do, and that's a program principle. This is pain. This is insane. Why do you suffer from following this program principle? Why is it emotionally painful when you do what you don't want to do? Because love is freedom and you are love. Love does not want, love does what it wants to do when it wants to do it. If you ever do something you do not want to do at any moment of time or point in space, you are sacrificing. Another word for sacrifice is obligation. Sacrifice results in an experience of pressure and strain. Strain is another word for emotional pain. Does strain feel good? No, it doesn't. If something doesn't feel good, it hurts. End of story.
Thank you. Now you might ask, what about my actual obligations and duties though? To my family though? My job though? My health though? I have to do those things. Actually, and here's the big actually for everybody to get triggered, the program. No, you don't. We're going to reveal the truth about this in the next section. Later in this lesson, you'll be given an exercise in order to help you cleanse yourself of these limiting programmatic beliefs. Random acts of slavery. I have to. When preparing to do something, have you ever uttered the words, I have to, I must, I should, I gotta, I oughta, I need to? These are slave phrases of the program. And yes, we've all said those. These are all expressions of the same belief and obligation, which is I have to. The belief that you have to do or say anything is committing a random act of slavery. So what is a random act of slavery? Let's define slavery first. In the context of this manual, slavery is a mindset. Slavery is the mindset of imprisonment. If love is total freedom, who do you think subscribes to imprisonment and slavery? That's right, the program. Therefore, a random act of slavery is anything that is said or done by anyone when listening to the program or fear. Again, it's not what you say or do, it's what you say while listening to the program, even if that's cooking food for somebody, including yourself. Like, oh, I got to do this or they not going to love me, so I better go ahead and just drag my ass over to the kitchen and make this food. That's a random act of slavery. When you could make the same food, take the same time, do the same preparation, but do it out of joy. And then it's not a random act of slavery. It's an act of love and freedom. In other words, a random act of slavery is anything said or done from the belief that you are obligated to do it in the first place. That act can be absolutely anything on a level of form. I mean, including answering a call, making a call, answering questions, making your bed, going to work, running an errand. So how do you know when you are listening to the program? You know by how you feel. When you feel pressured, you're listening to the program. When you feel strained, you're listening to the program. When you simply don't like how you feel at any point, you're listening to the program. And again, we're not talking about bodily, physical feelings. We talked about that in Trust is Not a Game. I can feel tired and drowsy, but still be happy and at peace. And I can feel totally full of energy, have the sun on my face, be on the beach somewhere, and be totally insecure, afraid, anxious, jealous, fearful, guilty, stuck in the past, stuck in the future, getting my tan, right? So it doesn't matter what's going on with your body. What matters is what's going on with your mind. Continuing. The results of listening to the program's belief manifest in how you feel emotionally. So slave speak, programmatic slave phrases. Another indication the program is trying to enslave you is to listen to how it talks to you. When the program talks, it's called slave speak. Slave speak, y'all. Better be careful with that there. All right, Drisana, are you ready to continue?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Hold on.
I don't know. I don't be knowing how to read though, because the words they scare me. They scare me like spiders. But
Where am I starting?
the top.
Okay, the page is too big.
I don't know what that means because I don't know how you're seeing it on your screen.
Okay, hold on. I just figured it out. Okay, I'm starting where the program has.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to get a little bit bigger. I think I made it too big the last time. Um, the program has a major slave phrase that it employs to hijack your power of decision. Oh, what does it want you to decide? The program wants you to decide that you are falsely under obligation slavery about something. It has an all-time favorite slave phrase to deceive you into believing that you are not free. What is that phrase? I have to. Followed by whatever it is you think you have to do. This is a defense against the truth in the form of voluntary enslavement. What is the truth? The truth is you are free.
Nas, welcome.
Hi, guys.
Hey, when you say, I have to do anything, you are speaking like a slave. On the level of form, the only thing that you actually have to do is retire your body, die. Between birth and death, everything else is your choice and is up for discussion. Outside of that mere inevitability, you don't have to do anything. The truth is, you don't have to do anything on the level of form. You don't have to read this book. You don't have to bathe. You don't have to care for your family. You don't have to make money. You don't have to work. You don't have to eat. You don't have to drink water. You don't have to go to school. You don't have to do anything on the level of form. There are certainly consequences for doing or not doing something, yet and still, you do not have to do anything you do not choose to do. What about the level of content? This is also where your power of decision comes in. On the level of content, there are only two things to decide between. One, choosing to see things with love, remembering to decide for love. And two, choosing to see things with fear, by forgetting to decide for love. And these choices are also free. You're not obligated to choose love or fear. Remember the truth principle. By forgetting to set the goal, decide for love, you are choosing fear by default. Why? Because your mind has been programmed to forget love. And the result of forgetting love is fear. The only thing you do not get to decide is what you are. What are you? You are love. Did you create yourself? Nope. You were created by love. What does that mean? If you didn't create yourself, that means you don't have the power to decide how you were created. Okay. So how were you created? You were created happy. You were created totally fulfilled.
Thank you. And CalySol, will you continue?
Yes. You were created innocent. You were created free. You were created as a total expression of love. Isn't that awesome? And aren't you awesome?
Yes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I hear the snaps.
Why would you want to be anything other than what you already are? You are everything. Why? Because love is everything. Let's talk about your curriculum now.
And everything is you. Isn't that a song?
You are everything, and everything is you. Yep. You are everything. Why? Because love is everything. Let's talk about your curriculum now. Curriculums and thought systems. Remember, love is a curriculum. The program, fear, is a curriculum. A curriculum is a thought system. Here's a question to consider. Do you have the power to decide what the curriculum of love will be? No. You do not decide what the curriculum of love is. Why? Because love's thought system is not open to interpretation. And guess what? Here's the truth principle. The curriculum of love is a required curriculum. Only the time you choose to devote to it is voluntary.
That's important.
Mm-hmm. What about the program's curriculum?
Yeah, man.
The program's curriculum is not a required curriculum. It is an insane elective. You mean like gym class and dance and art?
No, man. It's required, you know. Come on, man.
The program's curriculum or thought system is totally voluntary. You do not have to linger in it. In fact, you can't. You cannot follow the program forever. Really? The program has an expiration date. Like milk? It's
No,
gonna
man.
curdle.
It's like almond milk.
Ooh. Because the program is bound by time. Love is not bound by time. Therefore, you are not bound by time. The only part of you that is limited by time is your body. So, it may be prudent that you choose to remember the lessons of love in your lifetime. Just saying. Move on. So, where does the power of decision lie in all of this? Again, you do not have the power to decide what the curriculum of love or communication entails. You do have the power to decide when you want to commit to the curriculum. You also decide when, where, and in what situations you will use love's thought system. Remembering is key. Because what we often forget, what we should remember, and we remember what we should forget.
Well said.
Dear children, there are two keys to having a happy, healthy life and to having happy, healthy relationships with others. What are those? What are these two keys? One, having a goal or a purpose for your life, love or happiness, love and happiness.
That's also a song, Love and Happiness.
I like how you did this. I see what you did.
I thought you'd appreciate that.
A common goal with your partner or partners is love and happiness. Two, having a curriculum or thought system that teaches you how to attain your goal. A, having a common curriculum with your partner or partners. An example, love is not a game. Again, thought system or curriculum of love is not open to interpretation.
Thank you, CalySol.
Yep.
Naz, are you ready to read?
Yes, I can read.
And who are we today? Is it Nazram, Nazlal? We don't know what's going on.
We are in the Ram today.
Very good. Welcome, Nazram. It's good to see you again. Okay.
It is what it is. It will always be exactly what it is. You either choose to use it or not. This is how you use your power of decision on the level of content. You may ask, so, what happens when I don't decide to use love's thought system? Good question. Forgetting to use love's thought system comes at a cost to you. What cost is that? It is the cost of suffering the painful effects of the program's thought system. What are those effects? The effects of listening to the program's thought system are relationships that become increasingly difficult to bear. The program will always use your relationship to attack you and challenge you when you do not use your relationships to remember, love, heal. Your relationship dynamics will become more emotionally harsh and unbearable. Eventually, you will come to a conclusion about the way you are managing your life and relationships. The conclusion is this: there has to be a better way.
So pause right there. Has anyone come to this conclusion at any point in a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay. Just
There's
checking.
always a better way, no matter what.
Okay. Thank you, Nazram. And also thank you for joining Carla and Blessed Love. Please continue.
When you say this and you sincerely mean it, even once, love's path will reveal itself to you in a way that is undeniable. It can come in any form: a book, a teacher, a dream, a conversation, a revelation. The point is, it will come because it is already there. You have to just open your eyes to another way of seeing. FYI, If you are reading this manual right now, you have reached that point. Congratulations.
Yay.
You can no longer tolerate the program, and you are ready to decide for love and only love. Your disgust with the program is needed. Your intolerance with delay is needed. Your unwillingness to join in fear and attack is needed. You are exactly where you are supposed to be. Now back to the conversation about obligation. As stated, you don't have to or need to do anything on the level form. You don't have to tie your shoe. You don't have to take out the trash. Nothing. On the level of content, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do either. You don't have to love anyone. You don't have to appreciate anyone. You don't have to love yourself. You don't have to give or receive love. You don't have to communicate. You don't have to do anything. You are totally free. Just know that when you decide not to remember love, happiness, your experience will continue to intensify in the direction of fear, conflict, upset, separation, and unfulfillment. Purging exercise. Write, release, renew. What is the purpose of this exercise?
Thank you, Nazaram, for that. And Blessed Love, are you willing to read or are you listening tonight?
I'm willing to read.
Okay. Please begin 2 pages for you. We're doing 2 pages.
Okay. The purpose of this exercise is to cleanse you of self-limiting thoughts and beliefs. These beliefs can take the form of the words and phrases you speak. Words are symbols. The program uses words and phrases to symbolize the belief in imprisonment, obligation, and slavery. It uses certain words to mask its mission. What is the program's mission? To convince you to voluntarily surrender your freedom and power of decision and become a slave to its will. Good news. Love can also use symbols. Love's use of symbols is always to free you and everyone else. We're going to teach you a simple 3-step process you can use to symbolize your willingness to be free. This exercise is a symbolic act of releasing yourself from self-imposed slavery. You can do this exercise alone or with your partner or partners. The 3-step process is called write, release, renew. Let's take a look at this process step by step. Step 1, write, programmatic slave phrases. Take a piece of paper and write down the following phrases. Write them in large print. I should, I must, I have to. I want to, I'm supposed to. I gotta, I oughta, I can't, I'm obligated. Step 2, release.
Okay, and we're going to pause right here and actually do this for those of us who can do it. Let's get a piece of paper and a pen and start writing this. And I'm going to put it right back up on the screen for us, these phrases we're supposed to be writing down.
Are we writing our answers as well?
What answer?
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Like
So we're
what?
just writing.
Just those phrases, not what you think you should do, all of that,
Okay.
Don't write this one. I want to. Leave that one alone. That one I'm taking out.
I already wrote it down. So.
Okay. Well, of course you did, Nazaram. You're always doing everything. Okay. So yes, I should.
Why do you want to take that one out?
Because that one actually is not a program phrase necessarily.
That's
unless
right.
you think you have to want to do something. That's just expressing a desire. The other things are discussing or expressing something you think is imposed on you, obligatory. So I want to is I'm going to take that out when I revisit the manuscript. My mouse is not working though for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Let's try this again.
The program wants you to keep it.
You see that, right? Like it wants me to take out everything except this. Like I can't even
There
just
you
highlight
go.
this.
Uh-oh.
It is haram. You cannot take out the one thing.
It's his.
I'm just gonna.
It is the devil's work.
I'm gonna do the whole thing, and then my future self will understand what I was trying to do here.
I always do that with myself, and then when it comes to it, I forget what my future self or what my past self wanted.
You know what? Just because you said that, Nazaram, I'm making a note. future, how do you spell future?
That's
Self.
right. Release.
All I
But
can see
what
is,
are we releasing?
I don't know.
We're gonna get to that. Just want to make sure everybody's on the same page. Everybody's ready to release now.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's move on. So you're still reading Nazram because for some reason you're able to read, even though you are a woman, but it's okay. So please continue.
God. Fire or water? Tear out the paper with those words and look at them at least once. Oh, wait, one last time. Then find a safe place to set the paper on fire. Watch it burn. While you are doing that, silently tell yourself that you are releasing these slave phrases and any ideas of obligation. Alternative, if you are unable to set it on fire, you can tear it up and flush the pieces down the toilet.
All right. So who can use fire? Who can use water here? I think I
Water.
can safely. All right, you use then you should take it right now. Let's take our 2 minutes to do this. So we'll come right back.
Okay.
Take your paper, look at it, and burn it or tear it up and flush it down the toilet. Let's do that now.
Okay. Oh no. Oh my God, Naeem, I can't. This guy.
I had to burn the haram.
Is it smoky in there?
It had to go out with a bang. So yeah.
Oh my God.
No.
All right. Is everybody ready?
Ready.
All right. I'm not ready though. So have we all done our release? Our release part.
Yes,
Okay.
I feel released.
That's good. So now let's renew. Please continue.
Renew your commitment to freedom. Now, we are going to introduce you to your freedom phrases. Find a fresh new page and write these new phrases on the top of the page. The phrases are I choose, I decide. These are the phrases you will use to substitute wherever you would have used those slave phrases. These are your freedom phrases. Under your freedom phrases, write a list of things you would ordinarily consider obligatory. And in the place of the old slave phrases, I have to, I need to, etc., write I choose or I decide. The following clarity chart will give you some ideas of what this can look like for you.
All right. So now we got thank you, Nazram, the power of decision, obligation, liberation chart, choosing to change your crazy conversation, slave phrases to freedom phrases. So on this side, we got the old self-talk that I have to, and then we got the new self-talk. So will you read this with me, Drisana?
Sure.
So I'll just read this side, and you can read both of these.
Okay.
It's similar. So the slave speak, I have to. I have to go to work, y'all.
The new, I can't see that part. New self-talk, free speak, I choose to, I decide.
I have to go to work.
I choose to go to work. I am deciding to go to work.
Gotta go to school though, even though I'm
I choose to go to school. I am deciding to go to school.
I need to finish this.
I choose to finish this. I am deciding to finish this.
I better call Blue.
I better call my mom. I better call my brother. I'm deciding. I choose to call my mom. I choose and decide to call my brother.
I should do this. I should.
I choose to do this. I am deciding to do this.
I can't go.
I choose. Oh, I choose not to go. I'm deciding not to go.
I shouldn't say anything.
I choose not to say anything in this moment. I am deciding not to say anything in this moment.
I ought to leave.
I choose to leave. I am deciding to leave.
I'm obligated.
It's always okay either way.
Thank you. Now, does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So, again, we've all said this stuff, and it's nothing wrong with saying it. There's just a certain wiring and programming it does to your mind when you use those words. I have to, I should, I gotta, I oughta, I need to, I can't. And then there's a different wiring when you intentionally say, oh, I gotta brush my teeth. Oh, I choose to brush my teeth now. Gotta make up my bed now. Oh, I decide to make up my bed. Gotta go to work. I choose to go to work. It's always a choice. No one is forcing you to, right? So, and here's the thing, even if it was coercion, like someone literally like kidnapped you and brought you into work, you still, that's not in your power at that point. But if you're doing it on your own power, you're choosing, you're deciding. It's like, oh, but I won't get paid, I won't have money. Well, people do it all the time. People go without getting paid and go without getting money and go without jobs, as the unemployment office of many countries are seeing right now. So moving on, I'm going to continue. I just want to make that very clear that all we're doing is releasing those other phrases and using these new ones. I choose to and I decide. It's only two. So it's very easy. So remember, you are totally free. You literally don't have to do anything. You don't even have to love anyone. You don't have to pick up the phone when you don't want to. Naeem, you don't have to read this manual. Everything you do because you choose to do it. Even when you believe you have to do something, even when you think there are dire consequences to face, you still decide. You still decide how you will act, which is form. You still decide how you will see things, which is content. So for the phone call, I decided I will pick up this phone call. That's the act, that's the form. Then I decided that I'm going to appreciate the person on the other line. That's how I'm seeing things, that's the content. It is also important to remember that everyone else has a power of decision as well. Respect that. You cannot force anyone to make a decision. Even if you can force someone to make an action, it doesn't mean that you force them to decide to make that to decide to make that action or to do that action out of love and freedom. And a lot of times we get messed up when we think when we tell somebody to do something and they do it and we think we actually are commanding them. It's very funny. It's always we're all equals here. And when you tell somebody, you know, hand me that water bottle, and they hand it to you, you're like, yeah, I made them hand it to me. It's like you just made a suggestion, a forceful tone suggestion maybe, but they still decided to do that, and that's the thing to remember. Everybody's also free. I remember there was this guy I knew it was so funny because we used to make fun of him because it was like he was so like in this power trip situation where he wanted to make it look like he was calling the shots, that somebody would be doing something and he'll say to do it after they started doing it. So like I'll be writing down something that he says and he'll be like, yeah, write down what I'm saying. I'm like, well, I was already writing the shit. And then it would be like, so we would make fun. I'd be like, all right, drink that now, drink it. It's like I was already drinking it. Drisana, smile right now. You know, Nas, have one earphone in and one earphone out. It would be like it's ridiculous, but it was kind of
That
like
sounds
that.
like an annoying friend. I would just want to punch him in the face.
And after you punch him in the face, he'd be like, "Yeah, punch me in the face, Nas." I decided to do that. I made you do that. Yeah, so it was funny guy. But yeah, so everybody's free. Can't force anyone to do anything, and no one, including the program, can force you to see anything with fear. This brings us to something you should be aware of regarding the program. And what is that? The program does not have the power of decision. What does that mean? So what does the program have? Program has, again, the power of suggestion. In Islam, it says Iblis or Satan, Shaitan, only has the power of suggestion. The devil only has the power of suggestion. Same thing with the ego or the program. Only power it has the power of suggestion, just whispering. why don't you just ghost this person? You know, it's the power of suggestion. It's not the power of decision. It can't decide. You decide. Truth principle. The only power the program has, and that's in quotes, is the power of suggestion. You may have noticed the word power is in quotations when referring to the program. Why is that? That is because the truth is that the program, meaning fear, is totally powerless. The only power it appears to have is the power it obtains from you, Naeem, and you, Drisana, and you, Blue, and you, CalySol, and you, Nas, and you, Blue, and you, Carla. You know you're not here anymore. It's only power is a power obtains from you. Program is nothing. Will you continue, Drisana, with this one page?
Okay. Is it and anything?
Yes.
And anything it deploys against you is nothing. Think about it. What is the power of suggestion on its own? It's nothing. The power of suggestion can only have any kind of influence over you if you want to be influenced. In other words, if you have absolutely no desire to do something, does it matter if someone suggests that you do it? No. Does it matter how many times someone suggests that you do it? Absolutely not. For example, if you're driving and someone suggests you drive into oncoming traffic, does that suggestion influence you to do it? No, it doesn't. The power of suggestion is not the power of influence, and a suggestion will never be a decision. Only you have the power of decision. A programmatic suggestion is merely a silent whisper in the dark of night. It's nothing, it says nothing, and it does nothing. And it will always be nothing until you give it reality. The program is nothing. Everything the program would suggest is nothing. It only wants you to forget to use your power of decision.
Thank you, Drisana. Will you continue, Nas?
Yes. This results in you hurting yourself by seeing things the way the program sees things. Love will always invite you to see things another way. This is your power of decision. The program suggestions are like commercial advertisements. They are unwanted annoyances and interruptions. Are you buying what the program's selling?
No.
All it has is guilt, pain, and mind games. Don't invest. You won't be entertained. Carry these powerful ideas in your mind and into your life. The idea that you have to do anything is merely a suggestion. You are not a slave. You are free. Do not let slave phrases fall from your mouth, and do not accept slave speak from anyone. No one is a slave. Everyone is free. Review this lesson. This is how you use the power of decision in communication, interaction, and in love and freedom. You have been shown how absolutely powerful you are and just how easy it is to change your mind. Now, will you teach someone how powerful they are? The power of decision is not a game.
Thank you, Nas. All right. We read the whole thing already. It's done. Thank you, everyone. That was great. Snaps to you all. Any thoughts on that? Any questions or comments? What do y'all feel about the release, the exercise? Write, release, renew.
It's a good physical way to decide not to be or not to use that language.
It's also good for anything you want to release too. Any idea or feeling that you may have that is not serving you, you just write it down on a piece of paper and you just burn it or tear it up. Do some way of getting it out of you and then away from you. So it's important to have some kind of exercise you can do that with, because sometimes, you know, we think, oh, I'm going to sit in silent meditation and release all these thoughts. Well, not all the time. Just options, just another way of doing things, a physical way of releasing it.
Can I say something else?
Sure.
I think this chapter, it's very important. I didn't realize how important it was to decide how to view your thoughts and your words and your actions before you actually do them. And that includes like communicating with someone. So in your mind, you could be in your programmatic, tone or voice or whatever, thinking, oh, why is this person doing this? And this is what they really mean, and da 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 da. And then the whole thing is coming from all these assumptions and opinions and beliefs and not the purpose. And then you find yourself in a situation with someone and you realize that all that crap was crap. Like it didn't mean anything because it wasn't really true. So I think the power of thought and the power of I choose, I decide is kind of like taking responsibility for the things that you choose to or the curriculum you choose and the decision you make about the curriculum that you're choosing. So I think it helps when you're going into default mode, you have to go back into love mode. So that's pretty cool.
Yes. Thank you for that. Nazram, anything you want?
Yeah, I think that, the part about decisions, I feel like, I guess it depends on the person, but we are so easily influenced. And, there are times like, I don't know, like high school or maybe even college where, you're trying to fit in and you have to pretend sometimes just so you can be a part of something. And I mean, it sucks, but it's just the words, that we're so easily influenced, and you get sucked into that negative energy. It's like the movie Mean Girls, where Lindsay Lohan she's just herself. And then she starts high school and she just wants to be a part of something, she wants to feel loved and whatever. And so you start changing yourself. You start changing the way you look just to fit in with those girls. You start changing the way you speak and your style. And you wake up one day and you realize, what am I doing? Where am I? This isn't me. This is like, this is disgusting. So I think that it's just, you're right. It's like that devil whisper telling you to be, or do things that you aren't. And, it takes time to realize that, you don't need these people. You are amazing the way you are. You don't need to change yourself. You will always be loved by the people who love you just the way you are. So I think that's an important message.
Thank you. And that also comes down to valuing someone else's approval more than your own power of approval in decision, right? Why do I have to dress a different kind of way or speak a different kind of way just for your approval? Like, what is that doing? It's not even getting food on my table. It's not even putting money in my pocket. What is your approval going to do? It's all an ego thing because only egos offer approval. Love offers acceptance all the time to everyone equally, because approval also means rejection. So you're fighting for approval so you don't get the rejection. How about y'all just give me the rejection so I can go ahead and not have to worry about it, have to think about it. I don't care. Like if you don't care, then it's like it doesn't matter whether it's approved or rejected because you're not trying to fit into someone else's thing. Love has no form, and yet love can take any form. So you can be with the cool kids or the nerds or the off to yourself or with whoever, whenever, wherever, however, and still be totally complete and full and happy and fulfilled. So it's not, love is not saying, well, I wouldn't be with the mean girls or the nice girls. Love is like, I will be where it is truly helpful for me to be and where I'm accepted, because love is not going to compete. So that's a good point. And I'm going to bring the chart back up because that was a very important chart. This is like screenshot time if you want.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
I was gonna say.
And also, like, you don't want to hurt people's feelings. Like, okay, old self-talk. I mean, even present self-talk sometimes. When you say I can't go, you know, I'm not going to be like, oh, I choose not to go because I don't want to hang out with you. No one says that. No one wants to say that because we don't, well, me, I don't want to hurt people's feelings, you know, and I don't want to lie, but you know, you got to do what you got to do.
Get Najram to tell them. It needs to be said.
Sometimes you got to tell them, hey, I'm not there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I happen to be in another state right now.
How about just I'm unavailable? And you can be unavailable because you're asleep and taking a nap. You can be unavailable because you really are in another state. You can just be unavailable because you don't want to be available for that, right?
So I like that answer. But if you're, I don't know, see, guys don't do this. Guys, it's just so much easier. Like, you guys are just so to the point. Bro, I'm not available. Cool, done. But with girls, it's like, oh, I'm not available. I'm unavailable. Okay, where are you? Like, so it's just lies and lies and lies.
Your skin. Listen to me. You are in your skin.
You're also innocent, so you don't owe anyone any. And it's good you're bringing this up. I hope you remember this, Nas, because the next part of the manual talking about honesty, there's like a whole 10 chapters about that. All deal with that. The whole pressure about questions and asking and answering. It was called dishonest questions. A dishonest question is like looking in someone's window and seeing them on the couch in their house and being like, where are you? And waiting for them to answer. It's the questions that lawyers ask. Like, you're supposed to know the answer already. But for the program, it assumes the answer. And if you don't give it the answer at once, then it's going to call you a liar and it's going to say that you're wrong. So that's a dishonest question. It's not a question asked out of curiosity. It's a question asked out of attack. Like, why are you wearing that dumb outfit? Like, is that really a question, or is that an attack disguised as a question?
Attack.
Exactly. So where did you get that? Did you steal it or did you borrow it? Where did you get it from? Right.
Both.
I only stole it for one night, so technically.
I'm gonna return it eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like I don't do that anymore. I feel like when you're younger, you don't want to, you know, you're just like about things. But as you get older, I don't give an F about things anymore because you're just older. That's the best part. I don't know how old you guys are, but as you get older, it is the best because you just stop caring about people and their feelings and you start caring about you more. So you're more honest. I mean, I don't do it. I'm like straight up now. I'm like, listen, I'm tired. No.
It saves you so much time and you don't do stuff you don't want to do. That's love.
Exactly. But when you're younger, you're just like, people's feelings. I don't want to do that. You know, I want to fit in and all that bull.
Yeah. Well, we're going to look into that too, about just how mathematically accurate is it that we can hurt someone's feelings. We're going to look into that in depth, more than I can say right now, because that's a common phrase that we say. Two things. I just want to make you happy, or I don't want to make you mad or upset. And then we're going to look at that, analyze that phrase, every word of it, and see where it comes down to form and content, if it's possible, how it happens, how it doesn't happen, what the program says, what love says. And we're going to take a good look at that. So glad you brought it up.
What about those people who, oh, I don't want to get you mad. I'm not mad, but you low-key are.
They're mad because their expectations weren't met.
Oh, no, I'm not mad. Sweetie, I'm not mad.
And that's
but you're mad.
That's where it comes down to lying, because you're lying to yourself now. You know, it's like, so you can't help somebody who's gonna do that. So.
I know.
But yeah, like, no, I'm good. I'm good. Everything's fine. No, you know, it's like, yeah, all right.
And men and women both do this. It's not just a woman thing or a man thing.
Yeah, just do it in different ways. Like my uncle used to say, men are conditioned to cry in a different way. Instead of using the tears and the boo-hoo, cry by getting angry, cry by getting violent, cry by getting, you know, separate, cry by shutting down, cry, you know, there's a different ways of crying, if you want to call it that. it's not just tears, because it's not socially acceptable for men to be crying in this society. So
Yeah, it's not.
that's why we are find other ways to do it, such as just getting very belligerent and a big show of, force and machismo. But you ever hear like the selling wolf tickets, like, yo, what you looking at? What you looking at? What you gonna do? Yo, do it then. Run that, son. Come on, let's do it. And so somebody hold me back. Hold me back. Where y'all at? Where y'all at though? Hold me,
There's no
somebody.
one there. There's no one there.
Oh, my clothes are stuck to the wall. You lucky the wall got me. Because if I didn't have me, oh shoot, the wall, yo, wall, hold me, wall. Because you don't really want it. If you really wanted it, you would just be about it. But so there was other ways of crying, other ways of having a call for love, as we know.
I always say that it takes a real man to show his tears. Like, I don't see why people would think that, oh, he's weak because he's crying. No, he's strong because he's crying and he's not afraid to show his emotions. I don't know.
Well, that's very loving of you, and to be able to hold that kind of space and not even have to know why he's crying. That's the other thing. A lot of people, they'll find all of this the reserve empathy for you when they know, oh, your grandmother just died. It's like you're crying. It's like, what's wrong with you? It's like, oh, I just got something in my eye. It's like, well, just walk it off. But then if it's like, oh, my grandmother died. Oh, really? Oh my God, I'm so, I was actually thinking about this earlier. Sometimes some people are so good at acting that they're not even they're not really authentic or genuine about what they're saying. Like they're able to, oh, this is the concerned face. I really care about how you feel. Yeah. Oh, I'm giving you all the different signals to say that I'm really listening and caring. You see how the head is tilted, the tilt right there? Because the tilt means that I care more than just like this, because oh, now I care. But right there is the care is like down to 50%, but oh, 80%. Oh, and then the lean in. Oh, we're at 100% now. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. It's just it's a big act
It is an act. So true.
for a
So
lot of
true.
so, and that's a reason sometimes why people hide their feelings too, because it's like, not only may you not understand where I'm coming from, but do I have to explain where I'm coming from? Like, can I just be around you and not feel good and that it be okay? Like, do you have to talk about it? Do I have to explain it? Do I have to, give you the whole family tree behind how this came about, my childhood wounds and all of that? Or can I just feel sad, have the feeling, be loved as I am, and continue on with the day, right? So that takes a bigger person, or someone who took the power of decision to decide to love you in advance, because it doesn't have to matter, where it's coming from. And with that, I'll leave you with this story that I love. It's a true story about the days before COVID, when I used to ride the train in New York and I was going to class in Brooklyn. This is about how you don't need words to explain or to feel for someone. So I was going to the class, and at one of the stops, a young woman got on. It was winter months, and she was dressed not in winter appropriate clothes. She was in her 20s. She looked very distraught, and she was crying, silently crying. And I saw her, and I walked up to her, and I asked her, do you need anything? Are you okay? Can I help? And she just shook her head, and she just stood there. And something told me to just stand near her, not to say anything else. Just stood. So I just stood near her, and I started looking around, and it was clear that she was distraught. But everybody in the train was just busy into what they were doing. Like, not only busy, but the kind of busy where it's like people are intentionally avoiding looking at something or someone because
Oh, yeah.
of how awkward they feel. Like, oh, I don't want to show that I care because, let me just act like you can't see the woman right here, clearly distraught, something's going on. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah. I see that every day. Yeah.
and then that whole like intentionally avoiding, like try not to look in the camera. Okay, like, yeah, I'm just here, like, yeah, y'all, just okay, like just that energy. And I'm like, I had this thought. I was like, I would rather be in her position and be alone than be around a whole bunch of people that made me isolated socially, because it must be the loneliest feeling in the world to be surrounded by hundreds and thousands of people you're passing on the street, and them to go out of their way to act like you don't exist. I would rather just be walking through the desert at night by myself in that condition, because at least I know no one's there to ignore me. You know, that I think that would be the loneliest feeling. And so it just so happened we got off at the same stop. And again, I was silently holding space for her, saying a prayer, extending energy and love to her. And she was walking faster than me. She walked out toward the steps where you go out of the subway. And I was walking because I had to wait for another train at that station. And then she turned around, maybe about 10 meters from me, turned back around and came right up to me and wrapped her arms around me and hugged me for like 45 seconds, almost a whole minute. And she didn't say anything. And then she just let go and she stepped back and walked away. And she came back and hugged me again for another 30 seconds. And she just looked at me with tears in her eyes, and I could feel her say thank you. She didn't say it with her words. And then she walked away, and that was it. That was the whole exchange.
Wow.
She didn't say a word to me, but she said a lot. She communicated. And she felt safe enough to hug a stranger with locks and an Arab name. She did not know about the Hamid, because if she knew about Hamid, she'd probably run away.
She would run away and pepper spray you.
Because I would probably tell her, the reason why you are crying is because you do not have on the hijab. This is why you are crying. And so maybe I would not have seen it correctly, but this is why I don't get involved in these things. So, but yeah, so that happened. That was a true story. And again, we don't need words to communicate. So that was my whole
Word.
word.
I remember that story when you told it to me.
Yeah. It's a powerful moment in my life, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But with that,
you answered a call for love.
yes.
In your function.
Amen. And my happiness and my function are one.
Yeah. So as you blessed her, you were blessed.
When we are healed, we are not healed alone.
You're gonna make me start sweating again. Stop. Stop. I just got out the shower and you start pulling truth up. You know you're gonna start getting me sweating over here. Cut it out.
That's right. That's right. You look like you're in the right place too, in the bathroom.
The bathroom.
Yeah, we got some towels. Yes. Just Carla and Blue haven't made it back. But we were just wrapping up anyhow. Any thoughts on that chapter, that chart, that anything, Blessed Love, you have to share?
Not at this time. I do want to go back and I am going to have to read the chapter.
Okay.
But when I have any questions, I will reach out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. So with that said, thank you all for joining. This has been another episode of Love 101 Media in our Communication is Not a Game series, joined by Drisana. Nazram today, everyone. She is Blessed Love, Blue Sky, Carla, and CalySol, who had to leave early. So with that said, next time we are reading chapter 4, Thoughts and the Mind, because that has a lot to do with communication, because it comes from thoughts and the mind. And then after that is emotions and feelings. So we're building up to a place. We're building the whole foundation. And then we're going to get into all of those juicy ghosting and honesty and questions, and all of that, those topics. We got to establish the thought system first. So that said, Thank you for joining, y'all. Until next time.
Thank you.
Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.
Thank you, you too.
It was refreshing reading that, because I actually got that exercise from A Way of Mastery. I think me and CalySol talked about that yesterday. It talked about the whole I decide thing. It's like you don't have to do anything. You have to love anyone. You have to brush your teeth. You have to do anything. And automatically the ego, the program comes up like, of course I do. I'm going to die if I don't eat. What do you mean I don't have to eat? But we're just being very technical right now, because when you start using the idea that the words have to are tied to obligation. And if you are connecting, yes, I have to eat to survive, yes, you do. But you don't have to eat if you don't want to. You are going to die, yes, but you do not have to do it. You choose to do it. And when you make it a decision, you put the power back where it belongs, back in your hands. That's the point. Brother Dr. Special, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. You join us for the after call. We just finished.
The after party.
Yeah. See, Najieb knows how to make it fun.
What's up, Dr. Special?
Yeah, man. What's up, Drisana? How you doing?
What's going on?
You doing all right?
We didn't have your theme music, so we just had to. CalySol sang a little bit though, so we were good.
Oh, man.
Can you let everybody know about Everybody Eats while you're here? Just, you know.
All right, everybody, you see the shirt? Everybody eats. Boom,
Especially
boom.
whenever you cook, I eat because you're making it for me, right?
Bro,
Oh,
I actually got a song just for us, man.
Thank you. Good. I want to hear it.
You ready for this?
ah, come on. I love that song.
How special.
Bringing it back.
All right. I don't know if you're ready for that, though.
Are you gonna sing for us?
I see the crystal raindrops fall and the
Oh, you
beauty
touched my heart.
when the sun comes shining through.
I'm gonna go suggest it to
I
you.
forgot all the
To
words.
make
I
those rainbows
forgot the
in my mind when I think of
Just
you
say,
sometime, and I wanna
I am
spend
you're so
some time
special
with
to
you.
me. You
Just
say,
the
just
two
to
of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us.
me and Dr. Special.
Just the two of us.
Get a room.
You know you want to join the party, Najieb?
She's already in.
I'm already in the party.
Yes, bro. Thank you for that.
We're gonna put that on the credits.
Yeah, the credits are funny. All of our.
And it'll just be dedicated to each other. Just you two.
So, everybody, I am the co-founder of Everybody Eats. I founded. I believe in that access to affordable meals should not be a luxury. Everybody Eats was founded on that idea, and we don't believe just Uber should eat. Everybody should eat. All right, but Everybody Eats is a socially responsible food delivery service that is seeking to provide meals to lower income families and to people who are in need. And how are we doing this? We're creating a two-tier food delivery system where we have food insecure customers and non-food insecure customers. And we're also entertaining the idea of a two-tier system between a for-profit and non-profit running both of these systems. Thing about it, it's that as you eat at your normal price, you also help provide a meal for somebody else. And we are working with restaurants to provide subsidized meal costs to families who are in need. And also, if you identify as a food insecure family, you can pay the cost of $3 to $5 for a $15 meal. And so what we're right now, we're prepping for a launch this week, and we're going to, with the help of Nas, I've received a few. We're working with the Islamic Center of North America, or Circle of North America, and we are going to be taking food from their pantries and delivering to certain locations, or just delivering to people's houses. And I have like 10 drivers currently that I'm working with. Then also I have a restaurant that's going to be providing meals at a cost of like $2. And so we're going to be providing a lot of families with these meals during this time. And so yeah, so we're getting ready to launch and to do a pilot, and we're trying to, or we are going to feed a lot of people, and that's the goal. And yeah, if you believe everybody should eat, support, donate. We are launching a crowdfunding right now, so we can pay our drivers, so we can pay the cost of the meals from the restaurants. I am working on this for free, so if you guys can, help out, help out. Yeah, and so,
For this?
huh? I'm going to leave my website. I'm going to leave our website, our GoFundMe, and just information inside the group chat.
I'm gonna start putting it on the video descriptions. I can go back and put it in the video descriptions as well, bro.
Okay. But once I'm going to leave all the information here.
Thank you, Muhammad, for your beautiful work.
Thank you.
You're beautiful.
Now tell them about Naeem and Muhammad eats together.
Oh God.
You mean this?
Are you looking at me, Naz? I think I saw you. You're looking. Oh, wait, no, it's the other way. Wait, that way? No, this way. Which way am I on your screen?
The jollof rice. What is it?
There you go.
All right. As soon as you put this in chat, Muhammad, I'm gonna screenshot it. Okay.
That's our website. I'm gonna send you guys the GoFundMe page now.
Got it.
Or actually, you want me to just show you guys, share our page? You guys can watch a video real quick.
Can you do that?
Yeah, share your screen.
Share our screen.
Cool.
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
Yeah. Naeem is not the only special one to share the screen. Okay.
I'm the one right next to you in the picture, though. You see that?
Oh yeah, you're in the back.
Oh, look at that.
So we did a drive where we these are all the volunteers, but we helped in the rec center in Harlem. We hosted a large food or MLK Day of Service where we just fed the community, and a lot of people from different homes and shelters came out, and we had a lot of warm meals. A lot of restaurants off of 125th Street donated food or throughout Harlem. So
yeah. Me and Muhammad were just deciding to do it, just me and him, and then all these people just showed up to help.
Wait, how come you weren't there this year, Naeem?
You didn't see me at all.
No, okay. You were one of the guys who were eating. All right, got it.
Yes, I participate in different ways. I eat the food sometimes.
Love is always maximal, so every cent is maximum. So if you come and put 1 cent in the donation, it's very much appreciated, just as much as the $50. So the $50, we appreciate everything. If you could just come and donate $5, $10, $20, everything is appreciated. All right. Here's our video. Our promo video.
One summer day, two friends were having a conversation. They asked why families like their own and students like themselves struggle to eat when there was clearly an overabundance of food. What do we mean by that? Single mother households are the highest rates of child food insecurity, and a recent study found that 36% of college students are food insecure. On top of this, the restaurant industry wastes over $25 billion a year on food waste. With all of this in mind, we felt like this didn't add up, so we asked ourselves, how might we reimagine food distribution so everybody can eat? We went to our community and asked, what are the greatest barriers to eating? We found that price, accessibility, and convenience were the greatest factors in preventing people from getting food. With this in mind, we found a great opportunity to reimagine food delivery services. With Everybody Eats, every time you order from our app, it helps to provide a meal for someone in need locally. And if you're food insecure, you receive meals at a significantly discounted price. All customers receive restaurant-prepared meals delivered to their doorstep at a price that's affordable to them. So if you believe that access to affordable and convenient meals should not be a luxury, then you should support Everybody Eats today. Visit our website to learn how to donate and sign up for our services.
Nice.
Yay!
Awesome.